A 5-year-long wait for the families of the victims of the Moi Girls Fire, which killed 10 from Form 1 girls, has ended in a 5-year sentence. Ngina Kirori is working on that. But as families, some families were at the courtroom after this sentence of 5 years was delivered. They gave their responses, but we did speak to other families that were affected. Now, the last 5 years have seen families of 10 young girls who died from a fire in their dormitory at Moi Girls become closer. The parents who have formed a sisterhood have shared laughs, tears, anxiety, and waded through the tough moments over the years as they waited patiently to learn the fate of the accused person who they say robbed them of their loved ones, taken away in a horrific manner. As the court brings the matter to a close, and it did today with a 5-year sentence, many have looked back at the much greater loss than just the death of their loved ones over time. Leila Mohammed sat down with 2 mothers and brings us the story of the scars left behind.
Tears dried long time ago. Yeah.
Florence Agoswa and Mwihaki Mwangi say if they could wish for one thing, it would be to reset, rewind, and to turn back the hands of time and tell their children Mary and Wamboi how much they loved them.
Mtoto ni last born wangu. Alikuwa anaitwa Mary Mokaya. Sasa ni mtoto nilikuwa napenda sababu alinipea nguvu.
She was born that time of Powerpuff Girls. So there was bubbles, but she was really bubbly and happy and cute and everything put together. So we just called her Bubbles. Looking at Bubbles, she would just make you bubble.
The smiles at the mention of their children are quickly replaced with tears at the thought of their loss.
People are hurting because of such things. I imagine now when her friends start graduating, that was taken away from me. I'll never attend her graduation. I'll never attend her wedding. I'll never see my grandchildren, you know.
President akisimama akisema, Mary Jengo, Mungu amweke mahali pema peponi. Yeye ni the hero. Dunia mzima ilisikia. Hawajui kama anaishi slums. Wale wa mama mtoto wangu waliokoa watoto wake wote washamaliza shule. Mambo yao inaendelea.
5 years ago, their daughters Wamboi and Mary were beaming with excitement over their new journey in life after primary school.
Alipofika shule, wakifunga tamu ya kwanza, alikuja kuniambia, mama, tunasoma vizuri, but nasoma na watoto wa wadozi. Tulipofika pale wale watoto wajazoea hiyo maisha hiyo shule.
And so come second term, aliandika barua page 4 reasons why she needs to get out of Moi Girls. Yeah, but we agreed we're going to sit down and analyze the reasons. If they are practical, then fine. If they are not practical, we used to have very close relationship with Bubbles, and we would discuss anything. Nothing was off the table.
One dark Saturday morning, the dreaded call came through from school that a fire had burned down part of a dormitory. That call was the beginning of unbearable pain for both mothers and 8 other families. Wamboi and Mary died within days of each other while receiving treatment in hospital. Mary's mother had to undergo a DNA test as 3 other families claimed her at the hospital. Life has never been the same since the tragedy.
Mzee ilifika mahali sasa wakati aliona siko sawa, hatuelewani, yeye aliamua kwenda kaniwacha. Sasa mimi niko hapa tu.
With the sentencing finally handed down, these mothers say some weight will be lifted from their shoulders. But Florence says time has stood still for her. She isn't able to pay debts accrued over 2 years and hasn't been able to get back to her business due to health challenges.
I would wish, and this is an honest opinion, she needs to pay, to feel even herself like I'm being punished for this reason.
Muihaki has chosen to see the sun rays through even in the smallest holes under the cover of the darkness that she walks through in her life. Leila Mohammed, NTV.